What's up guys, it's your boy ACT Productions 94 back at it with another video. Today, I'm doing a mock draft. So if I was an NFL GM, I would definitely watch this because I know a lot about football. So, let's get this started. First overall pick, the Cincinnati Bengals are easily picking Joe Burrow. This, in my opinion, is the most obvious pick in the draft. He just came off a Heisman winning season and an SEC title. Not bad if you want to be a first pick in the NFL draft. And sadly, Andy Dalton's time is up. I mean, hopefully he gets more success being a backup in the NFL or the XFL. Wow, that aged badly. Okay. Personally, I think it's a great league. He won't go to the XFL. In my opinion, I don't think he's getting picked up by the NFL. His time is just done. So Joe Burrow, he's going to get picked first. Second pick, the Redskins will pick Jeff Okudah, cornerback from Ohio State. They lost two elite corners in Josh Norman and Quentin Dunbar. Sure, they got Ronald Darby, but we all know that he's probably going to get hurt and burned by Shepard, Tate, and Slayton, or Cooper. And you need at least more than one corner to cover a NFC East filled with good receivers like Jeffrey, Jackson, Shepard, Tate, Slayton, Michael Gallup, and Amari Cooper. I think he's going to be an elite cornerback one day, so that's good for the Redskins. With the third pick, the Lions are going to ruin another career. His name is Chase Young, edge rusher from Ohio State. The Lions ranked 29th in pass rusher in the NFL last year. Not shocked, the Lions suck and they got Matt Patricia. Their pressure rate was only 30.3%. Again, they got Matt Patricia and they suck. So, the Lions did have some quality pass rushers in Trey Flowers and Mike Daniels. Well, one of them is an expatriate and the other's washed. But even they couldn't get much pressure on the quarterback. Chase Young could learn a lot from those two veterans and two-time Super Bowl winning coach Matt Patricia. But he was basically the worst defensive coordinator in a Super Bowl ever in recent memory. So, who knows? Maybe it could be defensive rookie of the year, like Nick Bosa. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie. He's even if he's really good, Detroit is just gonna ruin his entire career. So I'm praying the Redskins pick him, but they're gonna pick Jeff Okudah because that's who they need the most. Now, you have the Giants. They wanted Chase Young a lot, but they're going to have to take Clavon Chasen, edge rusher from LSU, teammate of Burrow. They lost star pass rusher Marcus Golden, who had 12 sacks this year, and, I mean, he's really good. And they brought Kyle Fackrell in that position, and they're probably going to go with the second best edge rusher in the draft, Clavon Chasen. He's really good. The Eagles are actually going to trade up, I think. Howie Roseman, he's been stingy with his picks, but I think he's saving them all up for a fifth pick trade. I think he really wants a receiver. I mean, if Carson Wentz wants to be successful, this is the time to do it. I mean, he's in his prime, and they really need a receiver. I mean, Greg Ward is great, but Alshon is hurt a lot. Deshaun is hurt a lot. And I think they're going to pick, not CeeDee Lamb, I think they're going to pick Jerry Jeudy because he's a speedster, along with Deshaun Jackson. And Alshon's a big physical receiver, but I think Wentz to Jeudy, that connection, it's going to be amazing. The Chargers, I think they're going to pick Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback from Alabama. So I think that the Chargers are looking for that quarterback. They lost Phillip Rivers. I don't think Tyrod Taylor should be their permanent starter, but you never know. It's the Chargers. The guy was good at Buffalo, but I think his time, it's just done after they lost the wild card game. Tua will help out the Chargers a lot. They got a young presence, but it all depends on if Miami does that trade. And I think Miami should do that trade because they get a huge haul and they still could pick a really good they can still pick a solid quarterback. So, Carolina Panthers, Isaiah Simmons. He's a linebacker, and I think that they've lost a lot on defense. Gerald McCoy, most importantly, Luke Kuechly. To replace Luke Kuechly, I think they're gonna pick up. Isaiah Simmons, linebacker from Clemson. He's pretty good. They almost won the championship, but Joe Burrow is just that good. Congrats to the Bungles, but hopefully they don't mess it up. If they do, I will hunt them down. Anyways, the Cardinals, they're going to pick up Jedrick Wills Jr. Their offensive line is terrible. Everyone's probably going to get hurt again this year. Hopefully this rookie does not suffer from that, and Kyler Murray needs protection, so he could throw it to Hopkins and Fitz. So they should definitely pick Jedrick Wills Jr., offensive lineman from Alabama. The Jags lost Jalen Ramsey, A.J. Bouye, so they're probably going to go with C.J. Henderson, cornerback from Florida State. He's a really good corner, and I think that he could be just as good, if not as better, than Jalen Ramsey. I mean, right now Jalen Ramsey's played like trash for the Rams, so Cleveland Browns, they're going to pick up another tackle. They were pretty poor in pass protection, to be exact, 23rd in pass protection. They got a good offensive lineman, former right tackle from the Titans, Jack Conklin. And they do need to find someone at the left tackle to replace Joe Thomas. And I think Mekhi Becton could give them that specialty. And they should definitely pick Mekhi Becton, tackle from Louisville. The Jets, I think, to get a replacement for Robbie Anderson, the butt fumble is probably going to pick up wide receiver from Alabama, Henry Ruggs III. He's a speedster. Weirdly enough, I think that he could be just as good as Jerry Jeudy and CeeDee Lamb. I think CeeDee Lamb is overrated. So, next, 12th pick, I think they're going to pick up, the Raiders are going to pick up Christian Fulton, cornerback from LSU, because the Raiders need help defensively a lot. They lost Khalil Mack. They lost almost everyone. They're trying to rebuild that whole defense. I mean, they couldn't sign Eli Apple, but to be honest, signing Eli Apple doesn't really make a difference. The dude is so trash. Saints got robbed in that trade. But I think that Christian Fulton is the solution. I think he's a step. Raiders should definitely pick him. San Francisco 49ers, I actually think that they're going to pick a corner, not a receiver, because I think that the Patriots can make a deal for Mohamed Sanu. They can make a deal to trade Mohamed Sanu, because that dude was abysmal for the Patriots. I mean, this man is a bona fide scrub. He can't play. It's simple. Mohamed Sanu dropped everything, and I think the Patriots could get a nice haul for him, because he was a really good slot receiver, and the Patriots tried to play him out wide. It failed horribly, but I think that they'll get a good haul. I think they'll pick Trevon Diggs, because Richard Sherman keeps getting burnt, like in the Super Bowl and almost in the NFC Championship game. He's getting older. I think he's going to bring up on a new age of San Francisco defense to help Kyle Shanahan not blow a 10-point lead in the Super Bowl. Next, you've got Tristan Wirfs, tackle from Iowa. I think the Buccaneers are going to pick him up because they got a 43-year-old, not mobile, immobile quarterback. All he can do is throw. So at this rate, you need at least good pass protection and a kicker, because Tampa Bay sucks at kicking. They've never made an important field goal ever. And I think that this is a step towards the right way, towards Super Bowl contention, because getting a good offensive line is really important. Denver Broncos are going to pick up CeeDee Lamb, the Oklahoma Sooner receiver. I think he's overrated, but I think that the Broncos with Drew Lock and CeeDee Lamb and Emmanuel Sanders, they'll be a very good team. with Melvin Gordon. I think that after this pick, they're looking at playoffs. Because if those two work out with Drew Lock, their Broncos could be something special this year. But yeah, I think we all know about CeeDee Lamb's athleticism and speed and how he might be the next DeAndre Hopkins. Time will tell, but I think that it's a good pickup for the Broncos. Falcons will pick up a corner because every year the Falcons' entire defense gets hurt and they always go 7-9 for some reason. What they should have done was fired the entire staff, because they blew a 28-3 lead. They haven't made the playoffs in 2 years with that squad, with that offense. And I think that they ranked 26th in pass defense, and they lost Desmond Trufant, even though he would have probably gotten hurt, with a top-heavy, only offense playing football group of teams in their division. Like, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers can throw the football. They got weapons. Every team has weapons in that team. I think they need a corner, or else they're going to go 7-9 next year, and that's not good. They're going to pick up Jeff Gladney, cornerback from TCU. Dallas Cowboys. They're going to pick up a new safety, Xavier McKinney. America's team lost a lot of key pieces on defense. They brought in some decent veterans, but I don't think that's enough, let's be honest. America's team is not going to be relevant for at least the next 4 years until they get rid of Dak and Zeke somehow resurrects himself from how trash he was last year. But yeah, I think they're going to pick up Xavier McKinney, safety from Alabama. He's really good, and he's a ball hawk. That's the most important thing. So maybe he can pick off a couple of passes, win a couple games for Dallas so they don't go 8-8 next year. Miami Dolphins, 18th pick. I think they made a wise trade down. The Eagles, this was originally the Eagles pick, and I think that Justin Herbert will still be available, and he's still a pretty good quarterback prospect. I think that the Dolphins make that pick. Josh Rosen probably gets cut because I feel bad for him, to be honest, because he's been put in really poor situations. But Justin Herbert will be picked up from Oregon. There are rumors saying the Patriots, my team, could possibly get them. What do I think? No, I think Stidham is the way to go. But by getting Herbert, hopefully they found their franchise quarterback. But doesn't matter. They got Fitzmagic. That dude's a monster. So next, the Raiders with the 19th pick. Another Raider. They've got so many draft picks. So this year they're gonna get Grant Delpit, safety from LSU. They're gonna build up that defense again. Like I said, they're rebuilding, and I think it's another good step for the Oakland Raiders. Picking up more and more defense. And now I mentioned that they should pick up Christian Fulton. He is from LSU. Guess who else is from LSU? Grant Delpit. So think about that connection with the Raiders. I think the Raiders could help contend. They could contend for the AFC West title. You'll never know. I think John Gruden can definitely do it. Jags, I think they're going to get the left tackle. They need to build up that offensive line. It's abysmal. I mean, Nick Foles went down week 1. Gardner Minshew's just running for his life, and they need to protect him. And I think a step for that would be Andrew Thomas, left tackle from Georgia. The Dolphins, I think they'll pick up Derek Brown, defensive tackle from Auburn. Good step to build up that young defense. They had one of the worst defenses, letting up 59 points to the Ravens. They were a very good team, but 59 is just insane, man. They got Byron Jones, Kyle Van Noy, 2 very good defensive players. They got Taco Charlton, even though he was really bad on the Cowboys. They lost Minka, but they got Christian Wilkins. They're building up that young defense. Maybe we'll see a 16-0 Dolphins next year. Probably not, because the Patriots are winning the division. Vikings, they lack a receiver. They'll pick up Stephon Diggs' replacement, and I think that's going to be this kid named Brandon Ayuk, wide receiver from Arizona State University. I think that he is a very, very talented receiver, and I cannot wait for what he does with Kirk Cousins. Maybe they'll get past the wild card again this year. Patriots, they're actually going to pick up Justin Jefferson, wide receiver from LSU, because that was the biggest issue. I mean, Justin Jefferson, he's a solid receiver. They had no receivers for Brady at all. That's why he ultimately left. And rumors saying Belichick disrespected him, but that's for another video. But I think that Justin Jefferson, solid pickup to help out N'Keal Harry. Edelman's getting old, so Jarrett Stidham has another target. Saints pick up Jordan Love. I think this is a good pickup because they've got two aging quarterbacks. Taysom Hill's almost 30. Drew Brees is 41. They could turn Taysom Hill into a Julian Edelman-esque player, as in full-time wide receiver. He's athletic. He's super explosive. I think that Taysom Hill, Emmanuel Sanders, Michael Thomas, that could be one of the best receiver units. And I think Jordan Love, brilliant backup quarterback. Packers could target him too, but you never know. The Vikings, I think they'll replace the loss of Xavier Rhodes, who went to the Pro Bowl, but weirdly enough got cut, for Jeff Gladney, cornerback from TCU, promising youth corner. He is very good. He is, however, 5'10", and he could be a little bit stronger, but he could be possibly an elite corner in the future. They could get an Xavier Rhodes-esque player. I think the Dolphins, with another pick, they'll get the 26th overall pick. They'll pick up another offensive tackle to protect Justin Herbert. I think it's going to be Josh Jones, offensive tackle from Houston. Another guy who can, protect Ryan Fitzpatrick, and hopefully their offensive lineup improves. They have a lot of missing roster holes, and this is one that they're going to fill very well with the draft. The Seahawks, Russell Wilson has had so much trouble with the offensive line. We've seen it all. He has to make grand escapes every time to even have a chance to throw the ball out. The man is a monster. They do not want him to get injured. They are very lucky that he hasn't been injured yet. And I'm jinx, knock on wood, I'm praying that man does not get injured ever. So they're going to pick up Cesar Ruiz, offensive tackle from Michigan. More help. We don't want him to be the next Andrew Luck, because Russell Wilson is he's really fun to watch, and he's a brilliant person and quarterback. I think the Ravens, big trusts, are going to pick up Yetur Gross-Matos, edge rusher from Penn State. Another edge rusher to go along with that stacked D-line. Calais Campbell, he's pretty old. Maybe 1 or 2 years left in him. So this is a brilliant replacement move. Adds more depth to the squad. Puts them as possible favorites for the Super Bowl next year. The Titans, they got 38-year-old Cameron Wake starting on that D-line. That explains itself. That man's basically a fossil. You need to pick up A.J. Espinosa, edge rusher from Iowa. Great youth prospect. He's everything you want. Honestly, he's everything you want in a defensive lineman. Green Bay Packers, they're going to pick up a linebacker because they couldn't stop Raheem Mostert for anything. They couldn't stop him at all. All NFC Championship game, he got ran over. So we're going to see the Packers pick up Kenneth Murray, linebacker from Oklahoma. Patriots, with the 31st overall pick that they got from the 49ers, they'll pick up Cole Kmet, basically Gronk Jr., another dude to go run over players. He can catch the ball pretty well. To be honest, anything beats Ryan Izzo, Ben Watson, and Matt Lacoste. So I'll take Cole Kmet. Kansas City, Patrick Queen, linebacker from LSU. Their linebackers are average to below average, to be honest. Patrick Queen, he is a lucky person because Patrick Queen gets to go to a Super Bowl champion. Will they be Super Bowl champions this year? Next year, though? We'll see. Maybe I'll save that for the prediction video. But yeah, that's it. That's my draft prediction. Have a nice day. Bye.
Good times, there's gonna be good